Good morning and welcome to Adult Storytime. We're so glad you could join us. We're taking our stories from some twisted fairy tales. I hope you've been listening throughout the summer. We've got several more weeks left, and then we'll be switching topics once the summer reading program is over, and who knows what our next series might bring. So today's story is the story of Sleeping Beauty, and it's entitled, Truly, We Both Loved Beauty dearly. And it is the story of Sleeping Beauty as told by the good and the bad fairies. And it was written by Tricia Speed Shaskin. So let's get started. People around here call me the bad fairy, or BF. My real name is Edna. I'm the one that cast the spell on Sleeping Beauty. That's not the whole story, though. The story begins before Beauty was born, when BF used to mean something different. I'm Edna's younger sister. I'm the so-called good fairy, otherwise known as Stella. You can't count on my sister for the whole story. I'm the one who knows it all. Pish posh, Stella. I'm more than 500 years old. I'm the one who knows it all. Now let me tell the story, please. I first met the king long ago. We became friends, and he named me his BF, which stood for Best Fairy back then. I bewitched the castle. It still sparkles to this day. Yes, Edna was once the king's BF, but over time her mind got a little rusty. During one lunar festival, Edna overdid it and made the moon glow too brightly. It nearly blinded everyone. I told her to stop. Moonlight, Edna said, time to drop. She was supposed to say, time to stop. The moon dropped, fast. After that, Edna wasn't invited to anything. It was just too dangerous to have her around. One day, the king and queen announced the biggest party ever, a feast for their new baby girl, the princess. All the fairies except Edna were invited. Each of us prepared a special gift. I worked on gracefulness because, a princess shouldn't be klutzy. I did not get invited to the feast. A mistake, surely. The king wouldn't forget his BF, would he? So I prepared my gift for the princess, compassion. Every princess needs the ability to feel and understand the troubles of her people, right? On the day of the feast, the guard checked the guest list. I wasn't on it. I had never felt so bad in my life. I loved the princess dearly, and I was going to give her my gift with or without an invitation. So I fired up my wings and flew in through a window. Stella was just about to give her gift of gracefulness. On the prince's 16th birthday, I shouted, she will prick her finger on a magic spinning wheel. The wound will stand for the suffering of the people of her kingdom, and it will remind the princess to be kind. Edna's spell began well enough, but then she said, don't worry, dear princess. When you die, your tears will comfort our lives. She was supposed to say, when you cry. I don't have Edna's ancient powers, but I did my best to fix the mess. My new gift to the princess was that she wouldn't die on her 16th birthday. Instead, she would prick her finger and fall asleep for 100 years. When I mixed up the spell, the king banned me from the castle. I didn't have a chance to fix my mistakes, so I waited. On the prince's 16th birthday, I dressed up as an old woman. I snuck into the tower and spun the magic wheel myself. That way the princess wouldn't do it, and we could avoid the whole sleeping for 100 years mess. I knew Edna was up to something, so I followed her. Her plan began okay, but then the princess walked in. She'd seen a light in the tower. Go away, Edna yelled, but it was too late. The princess had already stumbled and pricked her finger. What a klutz. I did the only thing that I could do. I put the entire castle to sleep. Vines grew and spread. They covered the walls and the tower where the princess slept. For years, everyone snoozed. Over time, word traveled of the lovely Sleeping Beauty. Fairies checked in on her, Many princes tried to climb the tower, but none had any luck. I felt dreadful and stayed far, far away. I didn't want to make things worse, but how much worse could they get? Finally, I decided I had to make things right. I dressed up as an old woman again and returned to the castle. A prince entered the castle grounds. I waved my wand and chanted, "Compassion is the fullest of gifts. Compassion will bless you and your lips." The vines fell off the tower. The prince ran up the stairs. Stella, who was spying on me again, flew up with me just in time to see the prince kiss the princess. At that moment, the castle sparkled. Everyone woke. No one except my sister ever knew I was the one who broke the spell. People still call me the bad fairy, but that's okay. I was happy to hear the prince and princess had a lovely wedding, and I'm already working on a gift for their new baby girl. And that's today's story, the story of the good princess and the bad princess, Edna and Stella. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again next week for another story. Until then, stay safe, be healthy, and have a wonderful week.